Welcome all to the final round of the EG Vault ACC Championship on GT3 Championship around Kyalami. Joining me in the commentary box once again is Marco Button. Marco, how are you doing tonight?
Good evening, Jock. Very excited to see the culmination of the season. The 8th race and final race all the way back home, just in time for Christmas. So very happy to be here in Joburg for the Kyalami race tonight.
Yeah, we've travelled all across the world to go and see all these guys racing out there. Just to be back here, smelling the brides next to the track and all that is just amazing.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be some tight battles on track tonight. We'll see some smoke and more fires on track as well. Definitely a long, hard-fought season, very close in both divisions, the gold and the silver class. So looking forward to see who steps on the top podium spots at the end of this race tonight.
Just showcasing some of the SPR guys out on track tonight, running their Christmas themed liveries with the happy holidays, Merry Christmas and all that. Quite awesome to see those out on track tonight.
Yeah, it's quite innovative. Very nice to see that at the end of year. At least there's no snow here on Kyalami tonight, and it seems to be overcast but not rainy. So it's going to be a nice clear track conditions for the guys to put in some good lap times and have some clean and close races on track.
Definitely, and I think with the championship coming to the end tonight, I think a lot of drivers are going to give that everything. I mean, we've had so many close battles, bad luck from drivers running on the top sides. So yeah, I think it's going to be a battle to the end. We currently have Mr. Jonathan Chislett out in a provisional pole position here tonight with Ulrich de Jager second. And then we've got Van der Walt. Jacobus missing last week's race, coming in and actually sitting in P3 at the moment.
Yeah, very good times. 141s around Kyalami is no small feat. That's definitely very good pace. I think we did this race last week, Monday, and we were managing 142s. I think the top qualifier was a 141, but 143 fives is a very good race pace on our race. I think track conditions were a bit cooler on our side, so it's a little bit warmer here at the moment. So maybe better traction through those aces and down the mine shaft around the crocodiles into the final sector.
Yeah, definitely. Our top 10 was only separated by less than a second, so a lot of guys running real close. Everybody getting in those 141s in the top 10. Some of our top contenders out there: Rudolf, Van Wyk, Van der Walt, De Jager, Chislett, Thomas, Michael Berg is also in the mix tonight. Herbs, Krill and Stein. I mean, all these guys are going to try to push the living hell out of those cars if I can't find a better word for it. Even Neil Struble coming up into P11 now. So apologies. Bertus Hugo out on track tonight as well. Can you believe that?
Oh wow, P10 at the moment. Okay, nice to see our RaceFace captain on track as well for the final one for the season and for the year. I see Mr. Alvin also out in his gold and black McLaren again. So looking forward to some good racing. I see that Mr. Herbst is taking the lead at the moment in the silver class. He's pushing to finish the season on the top podium step. So we'll see how his race progresses, if he can keep it clean at the start. And then in the gold class, having Jonathan Chislett there, Ulrich de Jager. Do we have Mr. Koene on track tonight? Not.
Ulrich Koene is not here tonight. Unfortunate. Had a very excellent race last week. Unfortunately, he's missing out on the race tonight. Hopefully, he can join us on the stream and give us an explanation why he's not fighting it out to the end here tonight.
Okay, I see Mr. Koopster saying he's back from the panel beaters after his fender bender at Bathurst. So welcome back, Koopster. We'll be looking out at your race. Good qualifying there at the moment. Top 5 still, 4th place. I see Mr. Rick Thomas just snatched the 2nd place there at the end, behind Jonathan Chislett and Ulrich in 3rd place. I think Ulrich would just need to finish above Van Wyk and Rudolf to lock out this championship.
Yeah, it's been a close battle here to the end. I think it's going to be an interesting one tonight. A lot of drivers know this track, they know all the tricks, all the lines, know which curbs to hit, which to don't. So we'll definitely see some great action here. Especially the lap one around here is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, no, looking forward. It's going to be a very good race. 80 minutes around Kyalami, very technical, very fast corners, very hard braking zones. So looking forward to 80 minutes. Yeah, I see we also have Antonia Gamble on the chat there, supporting the Griffin boys. So she'll probably be rooting for Mr. Ulrich there as well. Is the sound and everything good? If anyone in the chat can indicate if they're happy with the volume, we should change anything.
But nice to see Mr. Bertus out on track tonight. He hasn't been racing for some time now. Currently not doing too bad of a time, sitting in the top 15. So going to be interesting to see how he gets around tonight.
I hope the Aston's setup's a bit better here than it was last week. Last week the guys in Aston struggled quite a bit, even Mr. Jonathan Chislett losing it on the last 2 laps or so. So Bert is jumping in the deep end there with the Aston. Let's see how he handles it tonight in race conditions.
Oh well, we've got Aston Martin, Jonathan Chislett out on pole position. So I mean, I think the Astons are definitely going to be more in the fight than last week.
Yeah, Jonathan had a good start to last week's race. It was just closer to the end that he lost the rear. And we had many Astons last week. Where's Mr. Leher? He also had the Aston last week. I see he's also not here. He's probably already at the beach somewhere, catching some snook.
Definitely with the holidays, I think a lot of guys are missing the last round due to that. But there are a few guys out on track that's going to appreciate that, because it's basically almost 3 points they can score. And with the championships being so close, running through the whole field, it's going to be quite good if the guys can get those extra points that they're going to be getting just out of the free drivers not arriving tonight.
Yeah, no, good. Thank you. Antonio says sound is all good.
30
Good.
seconds.
Let's see when they get out for the formation lap what gets done here on Kyalami tonight.
20
The
seconds.
build-up is also going to be the craziest of all. Set coming around the track, seeing your South African flag, getting the build-up because it's your home race. You need to make everybody proud. So I think the first out lap is going to be very, very important for these guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. These GT3 cars, I think this track is perfectly built for GT3 cars. We always have to push 9 hour and so forth at this track to physically go watch. And these cars do extreme speeds down the mine shaft and on the main straight. Looking forward to what's going to happen, yeah. With Mr. Rick Thomas in second place, which is not his usual position on the grid so far this season. Ulrich's a bit out of place what he's used to. And we've got Mr. Koopster back in the mix to where he progressed during the season. Did a very good development season this season 24. He's worked himself up all the way to a podium contender. So looking forward to his race. And then Martin van Wyk, after a horrific race last week at Watkins Glen, he'll also be looking to catch up back to the guys ahead of him on the championship table.
Yeah, Mr. Rudolph had a good race last week, just securing it, keeping it safe, actually gained a lot of positions there, kept it clean and brought the car home. But yeah, like you said there, Van Wyk had a bit of a disaster last week, so he's definitely going to try to end this season on a great one. Michael Berg currently in 7th for Racing Snails. Definitely also going to be fighting it out. He's also been looking for a good result in the last few races. Couldn't find it, but I think he's going to try to give it his all on the final race tonight.
Definitely. I see Mr. De Wet Breitenbach is back in the chat to support Van der Walt. So yes, we've got Koopster on track. He qualified 4th position, so he's positioned very well to have a good clean start at the front of the pack.
Mr. Negrini down in P15, also had a very good race last week. Unfortunate also is not qualifying that well up tonight, but he's got Mr. Buerta behind him, And then we've got the Racing Snails rookie in P17, also a very good result from him. Mr. Potgieter has built up this season. Definitely think he's going to start to earn those colours next season. Okay.
Yeah, no, he'll definitely hope to get out in 2026 with his yellow colours, to shake off that white rookie colours from the Racing Snails team. I think he's put in some good on-track performances. The results just hasn't always gone his way due to unforeseen incidents and so forth.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely out qualifying Mr. Schoenberg tonight. So definitely showing that rookie pace is starting to pick up a bit there. Alright, so now the guys are going to the final sector here, starting to get the most heat into the tires they can to get this race off and going. Focusing here on Jonathan Chislett, the pole sitter. He's going to try to fight it out to keep Thomas and Ulrich de Jager behind, but we know Ulrich is a special kind of driver. He can get that gap, put the pressure, so definitely going to be a good fight here tonight.
I've got 23 cars out on track. Ooh, GT3 track cars.
Coming around the last corner now, we're waiting for green. Hopefully the South African flag guy works a bit quicker. Standing. Still Marco.
Green
And
lights,
it's green.
green lights.
And they're off just that has a great start there, but Ulrich already fights. We've got Thomas that's got an inside line here on Chislett. Outside line, apologies. Trying to run it on the outside here of Chislett. He's got Ulrich on the inside there. Chislett does a great job to keep P1 there, but Thomas still P2. Ulrich is coming at Thomas here. BMW
Very
against
clean.
McLaren. But Ulrich.
Contact now between lines. Contact between Heinz and
Van Wyk and Jacobus busy battling it out here as well. Van Wyk got a very good start here, putting the pressure on Van der Walt from the start here. Sean Rudolph also still behind. Not a lot of positions gained at the start. We only have Mr. Schoenberg losing one to West here, unless the field didn't change too much after the start there.
just a bit of change from P10 downwards for the incident contact there
We've
with
got
Heinz.
Van Wyk and Jacobus battling it out. Van Wyk had the position there for a moment, but Jacobus said no, I'll take it back, and Jacobus is ahead again there. Now we've got a
running very close to the Mustang at the moment.
Herbsco went for an inside move there as well. A lot of moves happening at once.
Sideways on track, fortunately falling all the way to the back of the field. Spun it out.
Michael Berg taking back the position from Herbst again. What a shuffle here at the start. Taking and losing. The drivers just get the overtake done, but then the next corner is in the driver that was overtaken back into his favour. So it's quite crazy out on track at the moment still. Van Wyk and Jacobus still battling it out. Jacobus keeping it.
P1 to P9 as they started. Definitely Martin's got a side set on that Mustang of Jacobus van Walt.
We already have 4 drivers in the pits as well. Mr. Struble got the position done there on Mr. Pring. Ulrich de Jager is chasing down Thomas, but Jonathan Chislett had a bit of a clean air there and started to pull a little bit of a gap on these guys. 1.1 second on Thomas there. I think if Ulrich de Jager and Thomas are going to be fighting it out there, that's just going to make it a lot easier there for Chislett, so that he can try to extend that gap as big as possible.
Is that a mega start here, Jonathan Chislett? He's having a very good pace in that Aston tonight. Looks like his setup was dialed in perfectly for Kyalami in those track conditions.
Definitely, I see we've got Mr. Bertus Hugo went into the pits already. I'm not sure if he had any damage or he wanted to do a very early pit stop on that Aston Martin.
Maybe he's just trying to get some clean air, get out of the hustle and bustle of chasing for positions right in his first race after being off for a while.
Mr. Struble and Swan are fighting it out as well here still. Swan tried to go for inside line there, but Struble closed the line there. Prim got the position on Negrini into the pits, but hitting the wall a little bit there as well. See a lot of early pit stops here tonight. I think some of these guys have a very interesting strategy. They're playing it out.
I see they've already done mandatory stops. They've taken a splash and dash with some damage repairs on some vehicles. To race for 75 minutes to go.
A lot can happen still. A lot can happen. There's a lot of minutes left, a lot of corners left, and a lot of overtaking that must still happen. Oof, Van Wyk running a little bit wide there. Starting to feel the pressure from his teammate Sean Rudolph behind. But Jacoba's not backing off at all. This is very, very interesting fight. That can be a three-way fight at the end of the night.
Well, the field is backed up quite a bit behind them because of that battle between Van Wyk and Van der Walt. Battling it out does cause you to lose some lap time.
No, definitely. But Van Wyk has a mega run here. Let's see if he can go for a late move on the inside here. Unfortunately not. Jacobus is definitely getting the hammer down out of the corners once again. It's been good out of the corners all season long with that Mustang. That Godzilla has been fast on the straights but has been struggling on the medium. Big mega.
Sausage curve there, the hot stand at Cheetah Corner. Almost lost it.
And Sean just got the position there. These two are battling it out for position in the Drivers' Championship, Sean Rudolph and Martin van Wyk. So this will be a boxing match at the end of the night, basically.
Martin's taking that position back from Rudolph, trying to...
Rudolph is not going to make it easy. Like I said, that Mustang just has the excess power with the weight on the back wheels just to get the grip out of the corners to pull the gap back. 151 versus 123.
They've got a big gap to make up to Van der Walt now.
There.
Van der Walt a bit of a honeymoon.
I think there was a bit of team orders in the SPR there with Van Wyk and Rudolph. Rudolph making the overtake a little bit too easy there. But yeah, these guys work it as a team. Hopefully they've got a very good plan here tonight.
Careful not to open that door for Michael van der Berg. That's very close to Rudolph now with that Bentley of his. Leading racing Snell driver in the championship.
Mr. Botha also chasing down the Greenie at the back. Not a name that we heard too much out on track this season, Mr. Francois Botha, but also have had a very good season so far. Very clean driver, very good out on track. Also starting to get the consistency that he needs. Hopefully we can see more of him next season out on track as well.
Definitely. There's racing for Team Turkey tonight.
It's the festive season, Marco. Team Turkey.
Thanksgiving Turkey.
Yes, we've got Mr. Chris Greef out on track for Panda City as well. Also a very good team, building team. Got a lot of drivers they try to build up for esports, so always good to see those guys out on track here as well.
I'd just like to know if it's Panda City or Pandacity.
Well, I think it is how you pronounce it. If you're Afrikaans, you're going to pronounce it one way. If you're a Southie, you're going to pronounce it the other way.
See the gaps forming out on track now. Still a bit of a bunch up behind Rudolph. There's a battle between him and Van Wyk. Made him lose out some time.
Our closest.
Very close to Rick Thomas. 0.7 seconds in the live timing.
Also awesome also chasing down the Bertus in front of him. Also closed the gap quite quickly there. He's going to definitely try to give Bertus a run for his money, but I think Mr. Hugo is out on track tonight just to enjoy some racing after a hard year of running RaceFace, organizing all these events, organizing most of the sponsors that you guys see here. So big drift there from Asenbroek. What a catch, I must say. But yeah, get back to Bertus. I think we can all thank Bertus for giving us a great year at RaceFace. I think it's been a great one.
No, it's lots of work to go on behind the scenes, and the RaceFace team has done an exceptional job to bring a quality league to the community for SCC and PC, as well as iRacing and LMU. So all thanks to Mr. Yiku and his team.
Yeah, it's been a mega season right across ACC, LMU, iRacing. There's been some special events hosted. There's been a lot of things happening around RaceFace. Being this our last race of the year over all these platforms, everybody could be sure there will definitely be more interesting stuff coming next year. Not just over RaceFace, but in the awesome racing community out there in South Africa. So looking forward to next year, what possibilities and great stuff can happen.
Mila Jane saying, and then Papi on the chat to Jacobus van der Walt.
I just like the back of Strubbel's car there at the moment. It just says Stalfate, ho ho ho. It can be so good, the imagination and the creativity these guys put into some of these liveries.
Yeah, no, there must be a backstory to that. Some inside joke with some of his close racing buddies.
Oh, we've got Mr. Rick Thomas off track, losing the car there on the second final corner. That gives the free position to Ulrich de Jager. That was actually starting to fall back from him. Jacobus van der Walt also getting the position. Martin van Wyk also trying to battle to get this position. Is he going to get the pass done? He does get it done and dusted. There's no car out on track that's got Godzilla's speed like that. So yeah, what a unfortunate mistake there from Thomas, costing him for the 3 positions and losing out on the second spot on the podium there.
Martin van Wyk currently the fastest car on track in terms of lap times, running a 1:41.9, which is only 0.3 off the pole position in qualifying. So he's doing very good pace right off the bat here from the start of the race. Fastest to the speed trap at the moment is Roland Steyn and his Aston Martin, doing 245 kilometers to the speed trap.
Yeah, but I think through the whole season we've learned how the cars work out on track. I mean, we've got the Mustang, that's a very good all-performance car, running good on tight corners, medium corners, long corners, tracks with long straights. All that. The Ferrari is also a very good car, but we've seen the Aston, the Bentley, even the GTR struggle at some of these tracks. So it's quite interesting to see how the cars actually adapt to certain types of tracks, and actually which cars are very good all-rounders.
Yes, now the Mustang has definitely proven to be a very good all-rounder. It's been performing consistently in most of the races in the top 3. I think there haven't been a podium where we didn't have a Mustang on the podium.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Mustang is just a very good car. We never can throw it away. Myself on iRacing, definitely a Mustang fan there. The front engine car, just get the weight on the wheels and it's amazing. Very, very oversteer, snappy car, but that's what makes the whole racing interesting.
I see Martin just putting his head down, trying to close that gap to Jacobus van der Walt. Jacobus van der Walt now right on the rear of Ulrich de Jager. Ulrich has dropped back quite a bit from Jonathan Chislett.
Ulrich
there was maybe a moment between him and Rick Thomas.
No, I'm not 100% sure. I missed that. But yeah, never saw any contact maybe between these two. But I definitely think Ulrich de Jager is out here tonight with that BMW, not suiting Kyalami that good, because he's definitely not showing the pace tonight that he can actually show us the last few races. So interesting to see him actually struggling to catch the leader there. And also then we've got Van der Walt that's busy chasing him down. So the BMW definitely not suitable for Kyalami, but Ulrich de Jager can make any car work on any track. So let's see what he can do to keep these guys behind, and if he's going to finish on the podium.
I don't think he needs too much to close out the season. Any position ahead of Martin van Wyk, Shane Rudolph, close it out for him.
To be corrected, I think he's basically almost crowned the champion, Ulrich de Jager, but not not that we can't say that it's been a good season. He's just been outperforming most of these drivers out on track. He's got the answers for all the tracks. He's got the answers for all the corners, and definitely the tire whisperer in that BMW, if you ask me.
No, he's had an exceptional season. I think his Pro division for him on the cards for next season.
Definitely. He's definitely going to try to work himself up. I mean, we all want to end up in the Pro division one day to fight the best of the best, to be crowned the best of the best. So it will also be great to get yourself out there, start mixing with a little bit faster guys, get yourself out of your comfort zone and push yourself to the limits you knew or you didn't know existed. I mean, that's how you get faster. Some of those faster guys take a corner way different than we do, so sometimes always good to follow those guys and see where you can actually gain the time.
Seems like it's Mila Janie on the chat saying Papa doen goed so ver, die podium roep Papa. That's for Jacobus van der Walt is currently running in third place, only 0.7 seconds behind Ulrich de Jager in second place.
Oh, definitely. I think if we had to have spectators of the season, that would be the whole group of Jacobus van der Walt. They've been there every race. They showed up to every race. They've travelled with us around the world. So yeah, spectators of the year.
Booked out the stands at every track and didn't leave any space for other supporters.
That's good. That's good. We don't mind who takes up the stands as long as they're out here to support the guys racing. Jonathan Gislet's still ahead by 2.7 seconds. Ulrich getting a lap car ahead of him there. They are starting to hit some traffic here at the back.
See Mr. Roland Stein just made a pass on Mr. Kriel, John Kriel, down at 9th and 8th position. Martin being very close to Jacobus van der Walt now.
Just wanted to say we've got a very, very close battle coming up on our hands, but Martin van Wyk pushing in some very, very quick lap times here, so I'm not surprised that he's caught up to the back of Jacobus here. Martin is hungry for that win at the end of the day. He's going to try to stick it around the outside. Yeah, is the GTR going to have a bit of more grip? No, but he's definitely going to have a better run coming out of the corner and the inside line for the next corner. Is there going to be space? No, Jacobus just gives a nice block there. No answers for yes, once again. I think that's why I like the Mustang that much. Just the explosion of speed that you get out of those corners is just quite amazing.
So if Martin can line up a good run out of the Leeuwkop corner here, chasing down the mine shaft. Oh, he's drifting wide. He's lost traction there.
Let's run a bit here on the inside of Van Wyk's car as he run down Jacobus van der Walt here. Marco, that we're just going to have a bit of silence now because otherwise the viewers won't be able to hear us there. Just to give them all a view of around Kyalami, the beautiful South African track. Check all the smoke of the Boereworsbraaiing. The grandstand's full of guys waving their brandies and cokes. So what an awesome race this is.
Blowing their vuvuzelas.
Blowing their vuvuzelas. I think we should. No, there's a better place for a vuvuzela than in your mouth.
Put it up the exhaust of the Mustang to make a proper noise.
Yeah, we'll call it the exhaust if you want to call it the exhaust. But let's get back to the racing. Van Wyk is trying to catch Mr. van der Walt here, but Mr. van der Walt is showing definitely some great pace. But if these guys are going to be battling it out, that's going to open the gap for Ulrich de Jager and Jonathan Gislet still between 2.93 seconds. So Ulrich keeping the gap there, but not getting enough speed to catch Gislet at the moment. Mr. Schoenberg also very close to Swan at the moment here, trying to get into the place to get the move shaped and then maybe get the move done, but for the moment still chasing. Awesome Brook.
ICC has also done a tremendous job laser scanning this track, putting the Supersport banners on the side of the track as well as the 94.7. Very realistic, very good representation of the actual track. So definitely something to try out. Go sit in Papa's rig and drive a couple laps around Kyalami, and then go to the track. You'll see it's exactly the same.
It's amazing what they've done. But yeah, I've heard a few rumors out there that we also might get Kyalami coming to iRacing. I think there was also a few stories that it might happen, so that would be awesome.
Definitely a world-class track. It has qualified all the criteria to be a Formula 1 host. We'll hopefully know in the new year if we get that final check to host a Formula 1 race.
Yes, and that will be, I almost said a very ugly word there. That would be an amazing thing to go and have a experience that. Definitely going to keep my eyes open there to get some tickets, but I don't think there's going to be enough time. I think as they launch, they'll be sold out in the first year. They'll probably buy for the next year. But also going to be a bit pricey. I've heard it's quite expensive to run those F1 races and host the events and everything.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We never know how long it's going to be for. So while it's here, I think everyone's going to jump at the opportunity to experience Formula 1 firsthand in our own home country. It's definitely a good opportunity to go watch.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one thing I'll never miss. If I had the opportunity and they do come to South Africa, you'll see me there waving our SPR team flag proud and clear. So that will be quite interesting. But yeah, it's going to be a great one. Let's all keep thumbs for that one to come all the way to us.
I see Martin just ducked into the pits for his first pit stop.
I think he's starting to get a bit frustrated behind the back of Jacobus there, not getting the way around. Jacobus putting up a good fight, so Martin van Wyk might be going for a little bit of an under or overcut, depending on what he does for his second stop. I think there are a few drivers out on track that already did their second pit stops. No, only first stops.
I think we've got Steven Rice who's completing the first stops, Martin now being the 8th. So we still have 15 drivers to do their first stops. Martin coming out as the lead driver that's completed their stop at current. Jonathan having a healthy lead at the moment ahead of Ulrich de Jager. Just about 3 seconds. I see he's just lost half a second while I talk about it. Maybe he's had a wide moment on the corner.
I think the Mustang has been a very hard car to drive this season. I take my hat off to Chestnut keeping it this far ahead in P1 tonight. We've seen the Mustang, the Aston Martin not being the most favourable car on the rear side. So yeah, it's been a difficult season for those guys, but they've been giving it their all, bring it straight to the end to see how they can maximise everything out of that car. And if Chestnut can bring it home tonight.
Aston Martin's got a very short wheelbase and a lot of power on the rear, so it's a very difficult car to handle out of a corner with your power down. So definitely hats off to the guys that's mastered that. It's a bit easier with a longer wheelbase vehicle to keep it in a straight line as you exit the corner.
Yeah, definitely. With a mid-engine car like you drive, the Porsche, it's not easy all round. For in and out of the corner, you've got slide and oversteer, understeer. That's a very tricky car to drive.
It's not about easy or tricky, but it's fun. It's extremely fun.
Yeah, I mean, we all do this for competitiveness now, but we all do it for the fun as well. I mean, at the end of the day, we enjoy what we do.
If I look at my pace, I have to enjoy it. I need to put more focus on the enjoyment.
Yeah, but we've been traveling all over the world. When must we get a chance to actually practice? I mean, we flew all the way from Watkins back to South Africa, and we only had a week to do that and get prepared for Kyalami. So it's been a hectic jet lag season for us.
Yeah, it's been fun doing commentary with all the viewers and drivers watching the stream after the race so they can see what happened and what was featured on the stream. So we're looking forward to next year, the first season of 2026. See if we can bring some new tools in play. We've had a good run of practice this season 24 on RaceFace, and we'll see if we can bring even more immersive streams next year to all the drivers and their supporters and general sim racing fans out there to enjoy.
Well, we came in as rookies as well, so hopefully we can get our commentating colours for next season. Hopefully we can be seen as good commentators, but I think it's been a great one from our side as well, Marco. I think we didn't do too bad of a job.
We at least got our gold and silver stars.
Yes, definitely. Oh, we've got a Mr. Hugo come bit of a mid corner there, but yeah, we've got Francois Haynes coming past him there. I think Mr. Hugo just enjoying it out on track tonight, not getting into too many drivers' way, trying to fight with anyone, just having a good drive out there.
I see he's got the RaceFace colours on his car, but his team name is Kinetic Simworks.
I'm not familiar with that team. Might be a team that Bertus and them used to race for. Mr. Neil Struble currently running quite quietly out on track, trying to get Mr. Prim in his sights, but Prim just a little bit ahead. Mr. Swan behind him 14 seconds, and Neil not doing bad sitting here in P10. Did speak to him before the race in a post-race interview there, and he told me that he's been putting in the practice, actually putting in some decent times into practice. So definitely also a very good driver building up through this season. Started a little bit lower down, but actually fighting for top 10 each race now, so definitely getting there and showing some decent pace.
I think that's the benefit of being part of a team structure. You get that competitive edge, get your performance measured against real drivers specific to the conditions. So it's good to be in a team structure. If there's any drivers or people out there that's looking to join some racing, one good tip is definitely to find yourself a team where you feel at home, so you can get that in-house training done before you hit the main events against the other teams.
Sean Berg making the life real hard here for Swan, trying to put the pressure on here. Sean Berg will definitely like to get past him so that he can get a few positions here, try to get those racing snail cars as high up in the grid as they possibly can.
Mr. Berg's had an unfortunate start and he's fallen back quite a bit, so he has to catch up to Leon Swan, Alvin Prim, Jacques Kriel and Roland Stein.
We've got Ulrich de Jager in less than a second from Jonathan Chislett at the moment. 1 second now, so Ulrich de Jager putting down the hammer now, trying to go and take that P1 position. The pressure will slowly start building on Chislett as he sees that gap coming down, and that's going to start where the mind game starts playing. That BMW might not have the fastest pace tonight, but he's definitely going to try every trick in the book to get past here to take the win around Kyalami.
Yeah, this is a track that lends itself to putting pressure to the driver ahead, as there's lots of corners with sausage curbs and fast-paced corners where you can easily lose the racing line and get out of all sorts of control. So the best strategy for Ulrich at this juncture, I would say, is just to keep the pressure on Jonathan and see if they can force a mistake.
Yeah, but these guys drive on a different level than most of the guys out there, so they can handle pressure a lot better than a few guys. So putting pressure on them might just be as putting pressure on a wooden plank you can't break.
All depends on who applies the pressure.
We'll see who cracks at the end of the day. Who's made of glass and who's made of steel.
See, Mr. Negrini is the first driver to complete both these mandatory stops just 40 minutes into the race. 30 minutes into the race. So quite early completion of his pit stops. But he is 2 laps behind at the moment.
Definitely having a few battles here out on track. Mr. Potgieter before losing another position there to Hugo, but not going to take it easy. So
Oh,
he's
Martin is off. Martin's off on the main straight. Quite severely.
on the final corner there.
Just a bit after the corner.
Did he have any damage that you can see occurred or not?
Let me do a 30-second quick replay. Let's see what happened.
Hopefully we can get this replay sorted for next season for the viewers out there, so that I can...
He made the final corner all right to start, but he came out a bit wide and caught some grass on his right rear tyre, and that's where he lost it, and he went inside.
Unfortunate.
It's got some damage in the front. We definitely have to duck into the pit to get that sorted as soon as possible.
Definitely can see the bonnet almost flapping open there on the GTR. Unfortunate, he was trying to push a little bit too hard. The limits are so fine lines around this track and around any racing track, by the way. So yeah, it's quite hard for these drivers to keep it inside the limit when you're trying to extract everything out of the car. So unfortunate for him there.
Someone on his pit wall should just let him know to calm, as he is running the fastest pace on track at the moment, doing 142s and 141s. So just need to calm those nerves, keep to the pace and not push it too hard to lose it. I see he's not going into the pit, he's going out around another lap.
Damage might not be that bad at the moment. Maybe he's going to try to stick it out, get the damage repaired on his next pit stop. Or maybe just take the damage to the end, not try to lose any more time. He already lost a whole chunk of it.
Let's see how his lap times are after this lap.
Gap between Cheslet and De Jager came down to 0.8 seconds now. So Ulrich definitely picking up the pace a little bit there. Cheslet definitely starting to lose some time on those worn out tires. So it's going to be interesting.
So see Alvin Prim chasing Jacques Kriel for P8.
Also a battle
between them.
Battle that's been forming and running for the last 5 or 6 laps now. Focusing on this battle, hopefully Prim can get that gap come down to about, you need about 0.2 of a second coming out of a corner to get the guy taken on the end of the straight here marker. The slipstream not playing the biggest effect around Kyalami at the moment.
He's getting closer and closer every lap.
Gonna focus on this battle for a few laps quickly. See, keep our eye out there on the gaps for Ulrich de Jager as well as Sean Rudolph and Rick Thomas there. We've got a lot of battles forming, and it would be so great if somebody can stick it around the outside there like Prim tried to do here.
But now
Mr.
Breitenbach, Koopster is keeping his pace very well. He's doing very well there in third place at the moment, keeping his nose clean and his laps on pace.
And now with Kriel and Prim fighting it out here, we've got Mr. Neil Struble that's also came in quite quick under 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, gaining quite quickly on these guys ahead. But this is going to form some kind of change. So if Struble doesn't want to be caught up for here too long, he needs to try to get the moves done on Prim and then go out get down Kriel at the end of the day.
Kriel is currently performing well under pressure. He's keeping his lines and sticking to his racing line very well. He's keeping it nice and tidy on the entry and exit of the corners. Not giving a good opportunity. And we've got Alvin Prim ducking into the pit lane, feeling that heat of that battle being just too much to manage over the long run.
I mean, Kyalami is quite heavy on the tires. You're constantly turning. You're not actually going straight. Doesn't matter if you're on the straight. It makes a slight corner. So there's a lot of strain on these tires, especially the left-hand sides. So yeah, it's going to be a good one to see how the drivers actually manage the tires a little bit. Try to keep the tires alive and actually see how far they can go before they need to pit for the tires. Maybe I have the fresher ones at the end, try to get the fresher ones on at the beginning. So many strategies these guys can play out. Unfortunately, I'm not a strategist, so I can't give you the best strategy out there, Marco.
I see Ulrich is closing that gap on Jonathan, just keeping it at half a second. He's not managing to come out of the corner close enough to get the run down on the straight. Jonathan having nerves of steel with that big BMW in his nose.
Just as I jumped to Mr. Haynes here, Francois Haynes, losing it on the last corner, going into the pit barrier there. Unfortunate. The commentator's curse there. As I jumped to him, he loses the rear of the car. Unfortunate for him there.
Oh, just coming out the final corner, catching the curb on the right rear.
Yes.
And swinging it around into the pit wall. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of those types of spins out here tonight. Drivers just putting it over the limit of the track. And as soon as you hit that grass with that slick tire, it just says, nope, I'll turn around. And that's it. There's nothing you can do at that moment.
Mr. Alsbrook at the moment also running a very good race. He had an excellent race last week in terms of qualifying, and then an unfortunate incident with contact in the first corner. With Martin missing his braking marker, so I think Stasenbroek would be looking to get a real result here tonight.
I mean, all these guys have been so great. All of them have a moment to shine for some good overtake. All of them also.
Just have Mr. Was Mr. Huerta buying a Horok there at the Horok stand in Cheetah Corner, and losing the position out to Francois, to Vic Herbst and Lucas Hubert.
He ate that sausage crab so hard. I think he bought a boerewors roll, not a hot dog there.
You can buy a boerewors roll at the Horok stand. They also sell those. If you're really hungry, you can have a boerewors roll.
Yeah, well,
as well.
We stay in South Africa, so you can definitely get a boerewors roll at the hot dog stand. You might get an orange with some brandy in as well. If you're not allowed to take in any, we'll pump the oranges full for them.
I think he spilled some tomato and onion relish there on Cheetah Corner.
Die tomate en eie lê die hele pad vol.
Well, there's a close battle now between these three, Lucas Hubert, Vic Herbst and Francois Huerta.
Definitely a close battle this. You can also be seeing that me and Marco have been going about our commentating for the whole season. As soon as he speaks about the battle, I'm already there to show it to the viewers. So what a great job there, Marco. Good to have you here with me in the commentary box.
It's a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to doing this next year as well.
Yeah, I think we can just up a few skills on our side, add a few more things. Definitely looking into the overlays and a bit more of the instant replays. I've tried some of them out, but yeah, it failed horribly. So I'll definitely work around it. But I think we've got a few programs up now that's going to make it great for the viewers out there. So it's going to be good. Also going to be doing more of a voting system and all that coming into the future, as well as drivers' interviews. It would be great to hear from all these guys right after the race, to hear how it went from their side. Our point and their point are not always the same.
Yeah, they've got their unique perspective as drivers. They see things and understand things differently than what we see from outside. So it would be good to get that internal perspective. That will bring that in next year's stream, most definitely.
It's going to be good to see all these guys. Looking forward to seeing all of them out on track next season again. All of them will take some off time now, go down to the beach, and just have some time to sit back, relax, and then come back next season swinging, getting the seat time in, getting the laps in, and coming back to fight to get that to be the championship leader or to be the champion of the championship. So it will be great. I'm looking forward.
I see Ulrich the Jager and Jacobus van der Walt just duck into the pits for their first pit stops. Let's see how they finish. They're both standing stationary for more than 30 seconds. So I suspect they change tyres on the 40-minute mark roughly. So about halfway race distance, changing tyres. It's probably the optimum point to change tyres if you're only going to change tyres once.
Yeah, definitely. I also agree with you. The midpoint of the race about going to be a great place to get those old tyres on and get yourself a new set. Try, especially now that the field is spread up a bit. If they don't need any traffic, they'll have the clean air to pump in some great laps there, and that will actually give them the opportunity to do undercut later on in the race when the drivers ahead need to make their tyres stop.
So we've got Ulrich out of pits now, and he's got Roland Stein in his Aston Martin right at the rear of his BMW. So let's see how this battle develops. If Ulrich will get into the tyres quick enough to open up a gap there.
Still focusing on the battle here with Francois Bueta and Lucas Hubert. Very great battle here. They're switching positions here about every lap coming down into first corner. And they're definitely making this a bullfight at the end of the night. We've got Mr. Bueta going in here for a dive to the inside again. You can almost not fit the match between those two cars if they go side by side through the corner there, but Mr. Bueta doing a very, very good overtake there that he's been wanting to do for a few laps now. He's going to try to get away now and just leave you bad a little bit behind to get breathing a bit there.
You can also look at Jacobus van der Walt that came out of the pits behind Martin van Wyk. Both of them completing one stop, so Martin's undercut strategy worked up to this point, but I think Martin still has to change tyres and repair damage.
So I think it's going to be a
stop. Jacobus will pull a gap on Martin if he doesn't make a pass on back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hard one to keep Jacobus van der Walt behind now that GTI has some scores on the nose there. It's not going to be easy. I think Koopster did a very, very good job tonight, trying to keep it clean so far. But yeah, we've got 39 minutes left. We've seen races change in the last 5 minutes. So we can't call anything yet. We can see any driver still take a podium or win maybe tonight.
Definitely. Every driver here is susceptible to human error. We've seen the best of the best making mistakes on track. So it's all not over until it's over.
It's not over until it's over. Just like you said there. We've even seen the pit crews make some poor decisions and calls out there. Taking too long with the tyres, not changing drivers' tyres. We've had a few problems over the season with the pit crews, but I think with rules and regulations in the motorsport world these days, it gets quite hard to follow all of them. But yeah, a few teams spoke to their race engineers and teams, and yeah, so definitely improved over the season.
I think Martin's strategy at the moment is just to keep Jacobus behind him, see if he can slow his pace a bit, so he can catch up on the last stint. I'm sure as soon as Jacobus overtakes him, he'll be back into the pit lane for his second stop.
Good to see Jacobus back definitely and putting up a strong fight. Always good to see that Mustang from Jacobus out there. Definitely a very favourable driver around the championship. Been doing very well, so hope he can get a solid podium result for him tonight. Missing his teammate Ulrich Quinner tonight. Haven't heard anything where Ulrich might be, but yeah,
nope,
sad for him to lose out.
In the deep ocean.
Sipping margarita somewhere.
I see Michael Burke just got the position handed to him by his older brother Sean. Sean deciding not to hold up his younger brother. It's up in one division in the gold class, and Sean being in the silver class. So Michael Burke is doing a good run at the moment. V5 having completed his first stop. About 5 seconds gap to Sean Rudolph, that's also completed his first stop.
Good to see we have two Racing Snail cars in the top 6 at the moment. These guys are definitely going to be working together a little bit there as well.
Yeah, so Sean has to go to the pit for his first stop. So he just stayed out to be a bit of a chaperone there for his younger brother Michael.
We've got Mr. Struble also diving into pit lane now. Had enough of those tires, time to get a new set on that Ferrari.
I see both racing styles ducking to the pit now. Got Bergs.
They're going to be double stacking by the looks of it. No, unfortunately all cars out on track have their own garage. They're not sharing the same pit crew. So that's quite a better way to do it than the F1's side of it.
A much longer pit lane here at Kyalami than at most of the Formula 1 tracks.
Definitely. Currently we have Mr. Jock Krill up into P1. I think you would be dreaming that there would have been any red flags or so tonight, trying to keep that P1 position. But unfortunately a lot of drivers behind him chasing down. As we see that Ulrich de Jager and Jonathan Chislett both made their first stop. We've got Ulrich de Jager ahead of Chislett. So that's quite interesting. The pit stop times might vary. We're not sure if both drivers did a tyre stop now or not.
I will check here. Jonathan Chislett did do a tyre stop. Ulrich de Jager also did a tyre stop as well as Jacobus van der Walt.
I see that
Van Wyk in the top runners that hasn't done a tyre stop.
Time in pits 50. Yeah, it was 58 and 59, so only a second in difference in pit time there.
Yes, I see they putting balls to the wall here, Chislett and Jacobus. They're not landing any positions, no team orders, it's papaya rules. Team to race, so they're pushing very hard.
Oh, Chislett hitting that. Chislett hitting the boerewors there. And then we've got Jacobus saying, I'm going to try to take this position, but look at that pull from that Aston Martin there.
Wow, at the final corner. Was that a hand back of the position?
No, I think that was a solid overtake. We've got Jacobus seeing that car there on the inside coming out of pit lane.
Schoenberg. And Martin Wyk is also caught up now with this little battle here between the two Patrick Racing Aston Martin and Ford Mustang.
What good reflexes there from the Volt, avoiding the car there on the inside. But Chislett doing a great job, almost hitting the wall, bringing it back to track there, and getting the position taken back through the final corner after his incident there. So what a good job from him there. That was quite amazing what we saw there at the moment.
That Aston Martin at the moment just looking a bit nervy around the corners. It's not grippy as it was early in the race.
Not sure if he's got the heat into the tires that he needs or that he wants, because he's got a lot of oversteer when he exits. But once again, that's what the Aston does a very good clean stint in the beginning of the race. The further along into the race, the Aston starts to fade away, starting to lose the rears. So it's a very difficult car out there. Focusing on this battle here still. Van der Walt definitely closing the gap again down to Chislett. He's definitely going to want to do this move, get that P2. I think that would be his best result out there tonight if he scores a P2.
And Ulrich has pulled a very comfortable gap of around 9 seconds now on Jonathan Chislett with that first round of pit stops completed. It'll be interesting to see what happens after the final pit stops up, where they meet each other on track.
But look, Mr.
Wyk is going in for his final pit stop, and he's behind Michael Berg.
We've got
who has stayed out since his first pit stop. That was very early, and he's worked his way up to P10. Very good position at the moment.
Thomas also trying to take the position away here from Mr. Jock Krill. Gets the move then around the outside there. But now we've got Jacobus van der Walt very close to Chislett again. Is he going to try to get this stick it here to the outside. It's going to be quite hard to run around the outside here. You've got all the marble build-ups there. No grip on that line. And Jonathan just stays ahead to fight again. Well, this is a very interesting battle that we're seeing here. But yeah, Mr. Thomas came around Krill there as well, but now we see Krill also trying to fight back here to get the position from Thomas. So many battles that's starting to form. We've got Mr. Prim also.
Just lost it around Crocodiles.
Kept it on track at least, but
corner.
losing the position to Van der Walt there. Just can't believe
just
that.
Very nervy in the middle part of the race. Not
Definitely.
managing to keep it on track.
Very good car in the opening laps of the race. The first, let's say, first 40-50 minutes, but definitely starts to fade away later on in race. Unfortunate. We've seen it too many times around all the races that the Astons do good in the start, but they start to lose out at the end. Definitely we're gonna see a few cars out next season. Drivers signing for new teams, coming back with different manufacturers, trying something else. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. All that juicy news will be out by probably next year, February, I believe.
Yeah. We'll definitely see some other cars on track. Different drivers taking the steering wheels, different cars. I hope we see some Porsches out next season, Jock.
I think you want to see some Porsches with some golden rims. I think that will make your day out there, Marco.
Yeah, see, I can't have my bread buttered on both sides, Jock. I'll just be happy with either Porsche or some golden rims on any car.
I will make it happen. We'll make sure that there's a SPR Porsche out on track with some golden rims for you. But we need to spectate the other cars as well. We can't just spectate one car the whole race.
That's fine. Oh, just not losing it again around Cheetah Corner. Buying a every lap now.
Yeah, no, definitely starting to struggle with that Aston now.
I think he might have skipped lunch, Jacques. He's taking a waterfall every run now.
Yeah, but that Borsal is starting to add some extra weight to that Aston, and that's making the likes of Thomas and Krill actually starting to catch him. So I would stop loading some hot dogs on that car and just try to get some clean air and just pull away again. But Thomas and Krill showing some excellent pace tonight. But yeah, Krill definitely being a fast driver. Also had a few bad luck races out there, but definitely showing that he's still around and can fight here in the top 5 and the top 10 to prove that he's still a very fast driver at the end of the night.
Very good to see McLaren in the top 5 and Panda City car in the top 5 as well. So very good race from Mr. Rick Thomas so far.
Hey,
we can get the position on Jonathan Chislett as well, as that Aston Martin is a bit loose on track at the moment.
It's very good for me to see 5 different manufacturers in the top 5. I mean, we've got BMW, Ford, Aston, McLaren and a Ferrari. So awesome to see a few different manufacturers fighting it out at the end of the night, not just a one make-up at the end of the night. So that's quite good.
See, we've got some comments here on the Porsche. Mr. Some Experience Gaming saying pork is not a great car for the season. So obviously the Porsche being a bit porky for a lot of the sim races. I do find it being quite good throughout the season. I think that it's just because it's so fun to drive, it puts me in my seat more often, so I get more seat time, and by default you perform better. So it's all about what you enjoy and what makes you get behind the wheel more frequently and for longer stints, so that you can perform better when race day comes.
No, definitely. I think we all have our favorite manufacturer that we would prefer racing. I mean, I like the Mustang being a very snappy, heavy car, but I like it a lot. It suits me. So I think at the end of the day, it's user preference. The car that suits you best, that's the car that you will be the best in. I mean,
I see the Ford also performing very well under the hands of Mr. Van der Walt. running very good second place at the moment. Pulled a good gap to Jonathan now, which is about 3 seconds. And he's trying to close the gap on Ulrich in his BMW. But Ulrich has got all the answers, as I said earlier, John. He's still extending the gap lap after lap, having a very good race in that BMW.
He's definitely in the opening part of this race. He's got the M power button switched off, but he switched it on now. He's got that M power from that BMW pushing him here to the end. But coming back to Van der Walt, definitely the Mustang Whisperer, showing a great season with this car. You need to handle this car with respect, Marco. It's a Ford. Otherwise you'll have a wheel leak on the driveway, so you'll need to look after it.
Ulrich also did very well in his Mustang for the season. Fortunately, he missed out in 2 races. It took him a bit out of contention in the championship table, but he's definitely been a contender for podiums every race he's been here.
I just want to add as well, if anybody has losing the Elf on the Shelf, I found it on the back of Mr. Rick Thomas' car on the left hand side of the bumper. So if you did lose your Elf on the Shelf, he's out on Kyalami, sitting on the back of the McLaren there.
Yes, I see Mr. Sim Racing Experience saying it's fun to drive the Porsche, but it's not competitive. His PB in the Porsche at Kyalami is a 40.8. That's exceptional lap time. And then his PB on the Aston is 40.2. So it's a 0.6 of a difference between the Porsche and the Aston. So Mr. Sim Experience, please let us know if you want to join next season. Those lap times are definitely competitive for the Pro class.
Definitely great to have Alien in our chat tonight. With those Alien times, it's very, very good to see those faster guys at least having a look at our races, and good to know that they maybe want to come and join us next season.
Yeah, I mean, there's Shaden Williams rooting for car 777, Jacobus van der Walt, saying Bos should the podium. So Coops definitely having the biggest fan base on our stream, job.
Definitely, like I said,
driver of the season award for his support that he's gone up around his sim racing this season.
Definitely. But yeah, all those Jacobus van der Walt fans can definitely give themselves a good cheer, because they've been the one that made it for him. They've been here, they showed up, so it's always good to see friends and family out there in the grandstands.
Good. Definitely to see what's happening on track with Martin. Looks like he's dropped back quite a lot after his last pit stop, running all the way back in P18.
But I think he got that damage. Yeah, no, the Datsun definitely got some repair work done on the front there. You can see it's not a GTX nose anymore, it's a Triple S nose, so definitely did a lot better there.
He still holds the fastest lap, and he's already done another 141.93 the last lap, so his pace is good. It's just unfortunate that he's lost it around the final corner once or twice.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunate for him there, but he still has 23 minutes to make a difference. Let's hope he can pull something out there. We do have some drivers ahead of them that still need to make a pit stop. But there are a few drivers ahead of him that already finished all of their pit stops. So I wish we didn't say that the Team SBR is struggling a bit out there tonight, but they are definitely the fastest SBR driver out on track at the moment is Mr. Martin van Wyk, but with that unfortunate spin put him down the order quite a lot.
Jock, you'll love this comment from Mr. Sim Experience, saying that he made the move over to iRacing and LMU currently. So there's a buddy for you in iRacing.
I wish we could have more drivers making that decision. No, honest opinion. iRacing is definitely one of my favorite sims, but that doesn't mean it needs to be the next guy's favorite sim as well. Each sim has its own capabilities and performance that suits certain types of drivers, and the other sims have different things that suit other drivers. So mine was just iRacing, but yeah, good to hear that we've got another guy in the comments there that definitely chose to do the premium sim on my side.
No, I don't agree. I don't disagree. I agree with you. I saw a video, I think yesterday, about iRacing currently working on a new rendering tool, and they're expecting that to launch sometime in 2026. So it's good that the sim is properly supported and it's constantly developed to improve from the iRacing I saw in 2020 versus the iRacing I saw this year at Martin's house. It's a completely different animal. It's very detailed, graphics is up to spec. It's very unfortunate that ACC has lost further support and development in light of AC Evo coming out. But we're all excited to see what AC Evo brings when it finally launches in its final position or state. But iRacing, I agree with you. I think it's a premium racing platform.
Oh well, I don't mind where we race or where we do the streams as long as we're doing sim racing. So it's good to have all these platforms out there. But yeah, like you said, there in 2020 iRacing compared to iRacing now, definitely a big difference out there. On all the sites with their feel on the wheel, with the different GT3 cars they have available, with all the different tracks they have available. But also good to know that there's constantly updates. We've got Mr. Van der Walt into the wall here. Yellow flag here for Mr. Van der Walt. Unfortunate
just
contact.
As Mr. Breitenbach wishes well to all the supporters from Team Koopster. It's now the time for you guys to pull together and root for your guy Koopster.
Oh no, that was unfortunate.
At the moment, the serious damage there. He still has a pit stop to do, so
did we
will definitely repair the damage.
Unfortunate for 777 there. Oh man, Quever's doing so good tonight, keeping it out on track. Now he's got a lot of damage ahead on in front of that Mustang of his. Definitely not going to be a fun car to drive around track at this with that condition.
Just unfortunately losing it all by himself around the final corner. Same mistake Martin made.
Just taking a bit of a wider line.
Would bring him out closer to Martin in the final stint. That would take them out of contention for the top 5, I believe. Niels Strobel has worked his way up into that top 5 at the moment. And also Michael Berg, that's run a very clean race. And Sean Rudolph right behind him. It's going to be interesting to see where everyone lines up after the final pit stops here. Jacques, only 5 drivers to complete their final pit stop in the top 10.
Yeah, but I'm gutted here for Van der Walt. I mean, he put every foot right tonight, and just taking that little bit of a wider line on that corner just cost him a lot. So I feel a bit gutted for him and to all his supporters out there. But there's still 18 minutes left. Jacobus can still make a difference. So let's see how long he's in the pits, how many positions he loses.
It's just a splash and dash. He's going. So he's not repairing the damage. He's taking the damage to the end. He doesn't want to lose time in the pit. It is a long damage repair, I believe, on that Mustang. You can see the bonnet flapping all around. Front splitter being damaged quite a bit. It's coming out just ahead of...
just behind Swan. Yeah, at the moment, Stein. No, he's ahead of Stein.
Maybe he did that on purpose to get some more airtime or screen time. So there's still comments there saying, you can go, Papa, you can doen. From Jessica and Mila Janay, Mila Jane. Okay, cool. And then waiting for AC Evo. It's a good point. I think that AC Evo will be my preferred sim eventually. I also think so, Mr. Sim Experience. AC is an old platform, they've got lots of experience. So it's definitely the only platform that I see competing with iRacing. And then depending on how they structure the pricing, it might be more preferred to the iRacing successfully simulating the cost of racing.
Well said, Moka. I wouldn't say it's 100% in line with the real cost of racing, but yeah. Actually, the old Assetto Corsa out there with the mods is also a very good competitor. With it, I see a lot of races run still on the old AC model of Assetto Corsa,
Oh, big,
and that's
big
quite amazing.
contact there with Mr. Stein. Is it Mr. House?
Well, we've got Mr.
Yep. There was a big accident there in the back. I think it was Francois Botha.
I mean, we're getting into the fatigue stage now. Drivers have been fighting it out. The track has been keeping them busy. Unfortunate for Mr. Martin van Wyk. If he's going to be looking in the rearview mirror, he's going to start seeing a BMW badge of Ulrich de Jager, the leader, coming to lap him. Martin wanted to fight these guys out to the end, but unfortunate with he won't be able to.
Yeah, well, that's off to Martin for making the call to take the Godzilla this season. It's not a very preferred car, so he's made the jump and took the leap to get into the Datsun, and he hasn't done badly. He's done quite well. He's been competitive, but I think next season he might just focus to get a more competitive car out on track.
I actually had an interview with him earlier in the week and asked him if the Datsun is going into junk mail or auto trader, and he told me no, he's going to be racing it next season as well. So quite interesting for him to move with the Godzilla ahead. I'm not sure if he's got a deal there with Nissan or something, but yeah, he said he's moving on with Nissan Godzilla and he's going to be racing it next season as well.
Well, it's if you decide on a car and you get to know all the nuances of that vehicle, you might just get competitive in it. I think all these competitive elements to get that extra 2% performance at the end of the day all comes down to seat time, and the more time you spend and the more you enjoy it, the better your performances are going to become. So good call from him. Let's look out for him next season. If he's sticking to the Godzilla, it's at least consistency that he carries over to the next season.
Yeah, I know we're definitely missing a few drivers out on track tonight. We're missing some of our rookies, we're missing some of our fast drivers, but yeah, with the drivers we have out on track tonight, they're definitely putting up a mega fight here for us. Some interesting action, especially in the opening laps of this race, and now it's starting to come down to the driver that can keep it out to the end without making any more mistakes. Jonathan Chestlet will be smiling all the way because he's back into P2, not going to be taking the win. But that's fine. Podium for him will be great after last week's race. Mr. Rick Thomas is also going to come home with a big smile. And, not having the best season behind him would also, tonight's podium will definitely make him feel a lot better of the season that he's got behind his back there.
Talking about drivers that we're missing on track tonight, we had Mr. Jason Randall performing very well in the first 5 races. We've lost him for the last 3, and he had a good following on our stream as well. And then Mr. Velatham with his lone Mercedes on track, we've enjoyed watching him as well. A couple of races, he had great pace in qualifying, and unfortunately some difficult incidents on some of the tracks. But he had the one race we performed extremely well, and he won that race. I believe it was it Bathurst or the week before Bathurst. So it was really interesting.
Yeah, the week before Bathurst he had a lot of bad incidents. Mr. Velatham, I know, wanted to race real bad, but yeah, he had to go on holiday, so he couldn't make it. I know he made a post earlier in the post interview that we did that unfortunately he won't be making it because he has to go on holiday. Almost made it sound like holiday is a bad thing.
Well, Jock, you'll be happy to hear we've got another alien here on the chat joining us, Mr. JP van Heerden from the console league with Ellen.
Oh, Martin van Wyk into the wall again. The Godzilla not having a good time out there tonight, just popping us a little bit of a donut there. Unfortunate for him.
I think you should ask him after the race that same question again, Jock. If
Okay.
Godzilla's going to the junk mail.
I'll ask him. I'm sure we're going to have a different answer tonight. But yeah, shout out to Mr. JP van Heerden, our PlayStation alien, joining in the chats there. Very, very fast driver on the PlayStation leagues. Definitely needs to come out to come and do some PC racing, because I think he can make a big boom coming into the PC as well.
see Mr. Rick Thomas made the pass on track on Jonathan Chislett.
Apologies. All missed that one where we were focusing on a different battle there. I don't know if Chislett might have made a mistake somewhere because Rick Thomas was a little almost 2 seconds behind a lap ago.
Yes, I think that Aston just not keeping it together in this final stint. It's good in the first stint, but not thereafter. And then also the Mr. Jacobus van der Walt working his way up through the field, just making a pass on Jacques Kriel. Working his way up to 7th position. And there's still 5 full drivers to go into the pit. So might just work it back to the top 5. I don't think podium is any longer on the cards, except if there's some incidents for drivers up ahead.
Mr. Michael Berg and Sean Rudolph fighting it out here. They've had some mega fights around across the season. Even coming down to the last race, they're still battling it out. We've seen some good moves from these guys, especially on Spa. They were fighting it out until the last lap, and now they bring it all the way to Kyalami to actually bring it also down to a last lap battle by the looks of it.
I think these guys have built some good rivalries and also good friendships during these seasons with RaceFace. So it's good to get wary of all of them by being involved in the commentary. So definitely camaraderie and friendships and rivalries that will follow in seasons to come. See Jonathan making the pass back on.
But running a bit wide there. Yes. How does he do it? He keeps that car on the power. And it just bolts out of the corners. Looks like he's struggling on the lower speed corners with that Aston on the rear end grip. I might add a little bit of traction or something on that car, just soften the rear ARBs or something, just to get a bit more traction. But yeah, that's all up to them. I can't give them any setup advice as I'm the commentator and they in the car. So.
Yeah, I think Mr. Thomas would be happy to get a podium here tonight. I think it would be the first McLaren on the podium for the season here in the final race.
Yeah, but the top 4 drivers still need to make their final stop. They only did 1 stop. But all of them made the tyre stop as well already, so the next stop is going to be a splash and dash. I mean, that even puts Niels Strubel in a very good place because he's currently racing, I think, with the Ghosts somewhere there in Johannesburg. Because he's got an 18-second gap ahead and 18-second gap behind, so he's having a real lonely race. Actually, also making it a bit hard for a driver if he's not chasing or defending, because you never know where to put your pace at.
Yeah, you start wondering if you're on pace or not, so you start taking more risks. Yeah, so let's see how it pans out for Neil. But Michael Berg doing a very good drive at the moment. Will definitely get the pass done on Neil and Rick Thomas when they go into the pits. So definitely something to look at, Mr. Berg there.
Yeah, but that's
right behind him.
Yeah, this is a mega battle. I've been focusing on this battle for a few laps now, jumping up and down the field a little bit, but closest battle out on track at the moment. Sean Rudolph, a very exceptional, very good driver as well. Also joined the SPR team not too long ago, but definitely came in with a boom and to show a point that he can perform right across all the sims, ACC and iRacing, doing pretty well.
Very decent racer. Michael has also done very well during the season in his big heavy Bentley, only Bentley on track. So well, hats off to him for calling the Bentley for the season and performing very well and consistently over the duration of the season.
Yeah, it must have been hard to be the only Bentley out on track, but once again the Bentley shined in some certain corners and some certain tracks, but has been struggling mostly over the field. So definitely a very good result for Michael Berg here tonight. I hope he can bring it home, maybe in the top 5 or even the podium then.
Yes. He had an exceptional race on the opening race in the wet. Maybe that Bentley just better suited to wet conditions. I was suspecting that it's going to be rain tonight on Kyalami, as it's been raining during November and December here in Johannesburg all the time. but we've been blessed with clear skies for the race.
After all the rain that I heard that fell there by you guys in Johannesburg and those places, I wondered if this is still going to be a GT3 race or a motorboat race. So yeah, it's been interesting. I'm happy to see the guys out on track in the GT3s, not the motorboats. So that's
and
quite good.
No intermediums on the cars.
No intermediums on the cars, no. And thanks to that, because you guys had a lot of hail as well, so it would have been interesting if we had all those mixed conditions out on track. But these guys are lucky they don't have that. Oh, we've got another Martin van Wyk again. Godzilla not being kind to him tonight.
Let me just go on a 30-second replay. Oh, he had contact there. Which car is that? That looks like Frank Schwab. It's a car number 81. Leon Swan. That's unfortunate. Jump to that action replay. You see what happened. That Godzilla not looking good now. Severe damage.
Now we also see Mr. Swan at the back here, also having a mega damage on the front there. So I think the incident might have been between Swan and Van Wyk there.
Yes, Van Wyk was taking the outside line around the kink on the final straight, and they tapped, and both went into the outside wall before the first corner. Quite harsh contact into the wall, so those two cars definitely having severe damage now, and that I think takes them out of the race completely. That's unfortunate for Mr. Van Wyk. Two very forgetful races in succession.
And currently fighting the championship against Mr. Sean Rudolph, his own teammate, and I think after tonight's incident that's going to put Sean Rudolph ahead of him.
Definitely, there's a big gap between the two of them. So a very good solid drive by Sean Rudolph. We'll see where Niels Trubel comes out after his pit stop. He's still staying out on track, neatly ahead of him. So let's see when he comes out of pit stop. It's just him and Chislet that still has to do a mandatory stop in the top 10.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be close. If Strubel can play this out, he might still finish ahead of Mr. Van der Walt. But yeah, Michael Berg and Sean Rudolph putting in some mega laps now, and they're also gaining the top field. But they're gonna be very, very close on the next lap. But Sean just can't get the move shaped yet. Starting to get a bit frustrated here from SPR side, and like, just shoot it, just go for it. But yeah, once again he needs to make the call and get the move done when he's ready.
Michael is doing some good pace at the moment. He's right on par with Jonathan Chesler that's leading the race. So he's definitely on pace. So Sean Rudolph should just stick there for the moment, I would say. No need to get into a battle and push Michael off the racing line. Just follow him. He's doing good pace, and then try and do the pass in the last lap.
Yeah, but Marco, we've got three minutes left. There's 2 laps to go. Mrs. Trubel deciding, okay, let's get that splash and dash sorted. Get the Merry Christmas ho 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 car in, and let's get it out and see where we can finish this race. But if he's going to be finishing in the top 7 of this race, it's going to be a mega drive from him. Because like I said, he told me that he's going to be quick. He did the practice and he did everything correct. So hopefully he can get a good result for all the hard work he put in.
I see both Martin and Leon Swan parked up in the pits for huge damage repairs.
Unfortunate. We'll send all of you the link to Auto Trader there, or junk mail, depending on where the Godzilla is to buy. If anyone would be interested. It's got some minor damage on the front, not too bad. Only hit the wall a little bit hard, but not too bad. But yeah, no, just playing around there. Michael Berg, yeah. Sean Rudolph getting the move done on Michael Berg, yeah. Got the inside line and just made the move there. So let's see if Michael Berg can...
Good racing from those two.
Michael Berg can fight back now.
Do have a good friendship going, so I think it's good to see that they have clean passes on track. I think Sean will have the pace and try to pull a gap now, just to prove that he is faster.
No, we've got
Michael fighting back.
Yeah, I would look at the late break. Too late on the brakes. Just going a bit wide. But great to see him fighting back and trying to get that move taken. Unfortunate for just braking a bit too late there, not getting that big car slow down. But that's going to make Mr. Sean Rudolph breathe a little bit. But now we've got Jonathan Chestlet going into pit lane, already on his way out. Also a quick splash and dash. But we've got
Rick Thomas makes the pass.
No, he's too far behind.
Around the final corner.
He's too far behind. Mr. Chestlet doing an excellent job to keep ahead in P2 still. Rick Thomas coming in with a mega speed. But yeah, what a great drive from Chestlet. Yeah, but we're Ulrich de Jager on the final lap now. What a great season from him. He's put every foot right that he could. So that was a mega job. Jonathan
is definitely our championship leader for this
winner. I think we're going to be crowning Ulrich de Jager the championship tonight. All the other guys are going to still be quite nice. I think that one will be down to the final results. But it's been a mega one. Definitely it's been a mega season out here. Ulrich just...
Jacques Kriel, Roland Stein and Alvin Prim still batting it out here on the final lap.
Roland Stein
between those three cars.
Gonna try to go for the move here. Try to stick it around the outside. Not going to be a line for him to take there.
And Jacobus van der Walt, unfortunately, with that incident all by himself around the last corner, took him out of the top three. He was definitely in for the podium. Just losing composure, but...
Ulrich de Jager coming out of the final corner here, and he's going to cross the line in P1. What a mega race from him. Jonathan Chestlet coming past the hot dog stand that he's been buying hot dogs from the whole night. Also coming down to the final corner now. What a great race from him. Michael Berg, yellow flag off track. How fortunate for him now. Is he going to lose another position out there? He does to Mr. Niels Strubel. That puts Niels Strubel into the top 5 here. Rick Thomas coming home in third. Rudolph coming home in fourth. And then we've got Mr. Strubel coming around the last corner. Definitely going to be saying the Olfate to take P5.
Mega drive from Niels Strubel. He's gained 7 positions on track tonight. So well done to him. Good result for him.
Michael Berg came into P6. Yeah, Jacob is bringing the broken Mustang to P7. Kriel, yes, what a close battle here on the end between Prim, Kriel and Stein. Stein getting 8th position, Kriel 9th and Prim taking 10th. We've got Mr. Herbs coming in at 11th, Hasenbroek in 12th. Bert is having a little bit of fun out there tonight, taking P13.
That was a very good final lap for the silver class, with the 3 drivers batting out to the final corner and all the way to the finish line. So the podium set for the silver class, Roland Stein, Jacques Kriel and Alvin Prim. Very good season to all those gents. Very well done. We'll see how the points pan out, if there's any final say by the stewards. But very well done, guys. I think it's been an exceptional season with some quality racing on track. Ulrich giving us a masterclass in the gold class. So thanks for that, Ulrich. It's been a pleasure watching you. It's unfortunate we haven't seen Ulrich Koene tonight, and some of the other races we lost through the season, probably due to budget cuts or head office not approving the rest of the travels. So thank you, Jock.
No, Marco, I must say thank you. It's been an awesome season out there, and I think it was very, very good fun tonight as well, bringing the last race home to Kyalami. But yeah, what a hectic season it was. I can just give a shout out to all the drivers out there, all the people that were supporting us in the virtual grandstands there. Thanks to all our sponsors and to RaceFace hosting these awesome events for us. And then to me and you that made all this live for all the people to join us. So Marco, thanks for joining me in the commentary box, and I think we had a mega one this season.
No, very good. Thank you, Jock. It's been amazing fun. See you guys next season, next year. Have a good Christmas and a happy New Year.
Ah, there we go, Marco. There we go. All right, folks, that's the last one and from us for this year.